Leg out.
We are coming to you live inside the Keating Sports Center in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. It's another edition of IIT men's basketball right here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live. Good Saturday afternoon, everybody, to wherever you may be tuning in. Alongside my commentator with me today is Andy Baker. I'm Ryan Fahey. Andy, we've got a fantastic matchup coming up here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network in just a few minutes. We've got the Scarlet Hawks who come into today 11-5 overall as they're coming off of a very impressive victory at Aurora University just a few days ago and won 87-71. But today it is a big challenge against the number 9 team in the country, the Vikings of North Park University.
That is the case. It's not often that you get a chance to play against number 9 ranked team in the Division 3 here. But yes, like as you previously mentioned, they had a great win actually in my old hometown of Aurora. They're against Aurora University. Say hi to all the folks back home. 87-71. They put on a great show. Malik House, 21 points. Anthony Mosley Jr. continues to light it up. 26 points for himself, and not far behind, Parker Junkus, 12 points for him. So just a great outing for the guys in the red and white, and hopefully they can keep it up today.
Well, let's take a look at it, too, on the side of the North Park University Vikings. They come in today with an overall record, 13 wins and 3 losses. They're 6-2 in their respective conference play. They are 6-2 at home, but they are very true road warriors, though. They come into road play this afternoon with a record of 7-1 on the road so far in the 2016-17 season. Who's somebody to look out for the Vikings?
Really, for the Vikings, an interesting guy for them is Colin Lake. Colin has played very well. He's shooting about 46% from 3, which is a pretty high 3-point percentage. So if he can maintain that, obviously 3 is always one more than 2. So if they can keep it up, one thing that I do find interesting about the North Park team is they have a lot of very close games, 1-2 point, even in their victories, 1-2 point wins. So that they tend to win games, but they're close. The other team is always in it. That's why I think we're going to see a good opportunity for the Scarlet Hawks today to stay in this one.
Well, we talk about the Scarlet Hawks wanting to stay in this one. Well, what is a key to a Scarlet Hawk victory today against the North Park Vikings?
I think actually a big key when you're dealing with a team like the North Park Vikings, who have all these 1-point games that I was just mentioning, free throws. You're going to have to hit free throws from the line, hit free throws, make shots, take good quality shots, and you got a chance.
Got a chance indeed, and that's something that kind of the Scarlet Hawks have kind of been struggling on the side of it as well. They're just shooting a little bit under 75% from the free throw line so far this season. That's something obviously that the head coach and Todd Kelly is really going to want to address, obviously, going forward the rest of the way as well. Get to these starting lineups in just a moment as we will have the national anthem and the starting introductions coming up. Let's introduce our officials for today's action. We have Chris Head, Mishki Glover, and Albert Sharp are your officials for today. We'll meet the coaching staff of North Park University first. The head coach is Tom Slatter, and his assistants are Joe Fano and Peter McBride. And for your Scarlet Hawks, head coach is Todd Kelly. The assistant coaches Ebenezer Nunu, Roy Ramos, and Miles Kelsim. It is the North Park University Vikings and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks right here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live. We're so glad you could join us on a beautiful day outside in the city of Chicago.
65 degrees, January 21st. I'm starting to believe that global warming thing. I don't know about you.
It is an interesting day in January where it's almost good enough to be wearing shorts outside. It's getting a little warm outside. It's going to get a lot hotter in here for action today between the Vikings and your Scarlet Hawks. And now let's turn it over to public address announcer Luke Stanzik for the national anthem and the introductions. Well, the introductions are about to get underway, and then they'll have the starting 5 be introduced. We'll take a look at it on the side of the North Park Vikings, who again come into action today with a record of 13-3 overall, 7-1 on the road so far this season. Their starting 5 goes as follows in numerical order. TJ Cobbs, a number 0 on the roster. He's a 5'10 senior guard from Evergreen Park, Illinois, a product of Evergreen Park High School. Number 4, Colin Lake, a 5'7 junior guard from Temperance, Michigan. Number 5, Juwan Henry, a 5'10", 165-pound senior guard from Chicago, Illinois, a former product of Bogan High School. Number 24 at forward, the 6'3 junior Jordan Robinson from Schaumburg, Illinois, product of Hoffman Estates High School. And running off the starting 5 for the North Park University Vikings is Darius Brown, a 6'3 senior from Belvedere, Illinois. And now let's listen in for the starting 5 of your Scarlet Hawks. Intensity and the energy really start to rise here inside the Keating Sports Center this afternoon, Andy.
Absolutely. It is a very hostile environment for any team to come into. Hopefully that works in the advantage of Scarlet Hawks this afternoon and scares the heck out of North Park University.
The Vikings are in their road black uniforms with the blue trim and the blue numbers, along with the gold outside the lettering of the North Park letters on the jersey. Scarlet Hawks are in their home white uniforms, red trim and red numbers. So you heard the starting 5 for the Scarlet Hawks. Matt Hizataki will be at the starting jump, or at the tip-off, I should say. And then Jordan Robinson will meet him at center court for the Vikings. It's the Vikings and the Scarlet Hawks, and we are underway. Vikings control the tip, and bringing this one up will be Colin Lake, the 5'7 guard. Goes to his right with the pass inside, poked away by Hizataki, and he gets the steal.
Nice steal right there. Hizataki just got right in the way of that pass, tipped it, and took control.
It's Mosley at the top. Mosley now goes to his left forward, and he finds Rarick. Rarick backs out, and he goes to Malik Howes with 15 on the shot clock. Howes faces somewhat of a double team. He wanted to go inside for Rarick, but Rarick wasn't looking for the pass, ball out of bounds. It's Vikings basketball with 19:29 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, pass like that, the receiver just wasn't looking.
It's kind of the same way you could say about the Bears this year. Sorry, is that too soon, or?
Not really. Why? I mean, you know, it is what it is. They keeping Jay?
That's a three-pointer attempt from Robinson, no good. Now it's Mosley across the timeline to Rarick. Rarick now to the left corner as he finds Parker Jonkis. Jonkis, he's going to pull up for the 3. Strong on that one and gets all glass, no good. And back come the Vikings the other way.
Just a little too much on that one, but I think if Parker can get that 3 going, they got a good shot.
Floater off the back of the rim, and the friendly roll does not happen. And Rarick controls the board with Mosley bringing it up across, pushes it up ahead and quickly to Hizataki inside. Uses the rim for protection, but can't get the layup to go. And the rebound settled down by Juwan Henry, who pushes it across. Now to the right corner, it is Colin Lake for the 3, and it's nothing but net. And our first field goal of the afternoon is a 3-pointer from Colin Lake, and that was somebody you said in the pregame to look out for.
And I actually misspoke. He's not shooting 46%, but 42% from 3, which is still great. So 1 for 1 this afternoon, 100%.
Howell's down to Mosley right side, now into Rarick. Rarick facing the double team, and that poked away, stolen by Lake. Quickly up ahead, it's a 3-on-1 up ahead the other way, and the layup taking it all himself, TJ Cobbs. And it's 5-0 Vikings with 18:05 to go here and counting in this first half.
Beautiful pass and a nice swerve by Cobbs to get right to the hole.
5-0 Vikings as Howes has it at the top. Looks for the screen, and he's going to pull up for the long 2, and he drains it. Malik Howes, the 6-foot guard from Detroit, Michigan, gets the Hawks on the board.
Beautiful screen there set by the Hawks. Set up Malik for a perfect long deuce.
5-2 our score. Still very early here in this first half. To the left corner, it's Henry, guarded by House. Now they rotate towards the top, swing it to the right side for Lake. Lake, now over to Cobbs. Thought about the three, driving left side, guarded by Rarick with the right hand. No good, but he is called for the travel.
Interesting. I thought that whistle was about to be a defensive foul, but they caught the travel. Very nice. I've been very impressed with the NCAA officials this year, really working hard on calling traveling and carries.
Mosley at the top, steps back, thought about the shot, but he thought otherwise. Now it's Malik House to the right wing. He's going to pull up for the three. Might have been feeling it early, but that went off the back of the rim, no good. As it's Lake the other way. Colin Lake, talked about him shooting over 40% from the free throw, or I should say the three-point line this year. Misses the floater there. Hizataki with the rebound and gives it to Malik House, who brings it up across the other way.
You can see Malik House really trying to be the leader here so far for this Scarlet Hawks team.
It's Rarick driving inside, pulls up, and he sinks it. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Samuel Rarick. And the Scarlet Hawks now trail by 1 at 5-4 with just under 16:40 to go here in the first half.
Great post-up move there by Sam.
So far, each team 2 of 5 from the field early on. Cobbs gets the screen. He gets the pass right back from his man in number 32, and Darius Brown, but that shot no good. Mosley the other way, and a blocking foul going to be called as Mosley was trying to drive up ahead. Foul's going to go on Colin Lake. That'll be his first and the team's first as well, as we have a substitution now for the Vikings, as into the game now for North Park is number 23, Billy Kirby, the 6'3 sophomore guard from Libertyville, Illinois. So the Scarlet Hawks will inbound along the near sideline.
And Kirby in the last game just had one basket, but played 20 minutes, was solid.
And turnover the other way. One-on-one battle, and layup a little strong. Offensive rebound. It's circling around with the passing, and that's going to be a 3-second call on the Vikings in the paint. So a nice break there for the Scarlet Hawks, is a little redemption for Mosley after that turnover he created.
Absolutely, that was a great turnover.
So Mosley will slowly bring it across. He's being guarded there by Henry. Mosley driving inside, kicks it back out to Rarick, swings to Hizataki, now to the left corner for Jonkis. Thought about the three, fakes it instead. Now it's Hizataki at the top to Mosley with 10 seconds on the shot clock now. Mosley, right side, steps back, goes inside for Rarick, almost a errant pass. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Rarick turning around, fades back a little bit, and he knocks it home. And the Scarlet Hawks have their first lead of the afternoon at 6-5. And a timeout called by Tom Slider. Now pleased with his Vikings defense so far, as the Scarlet Hawks are now on a 6-0 run here with 15, just under 15:30 to go here in the first half. And we'll take the timeout with them, as the Scarlet Hawks are coming off to a good start here in this first half. We'll be right back right here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales.
We get to action back underway as the Vikings bring it up across. Just under 15:30 to go in this first half. Glad you're with us here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network, as Henry spins around, fades back, and he's trying to use the glass, but it does not work. Rarick with the board. Alongside Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fay with you here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and also on Facebook Live. Rarick inside Hizataki, and it's 8-5 Scarlet Hawks.
And Hizataki, that is what he does best, and if he can keep doing that for the Hawks, they would be glad.
To the left side now, it's Kirby. Kirby driving along the baseline, goes back out now to Colin Lake. Lake settles down, guarded by Mosley. Jordan Robinson. Robinson along the left side, drives to his left. Almost lost for a moment, and a 3-second call again. That one on Darius Brown.
Two of those here in about the less than 3 seconds and a travel. The officials are not messing around this afternoon here at the Keating Center.
Now into the game is Quentin Forberg for the Scarlet Hawks, the 5'11 guard, in his second year in the program. As Mosley brings it across, And Rarick at the top, driving right side. Rarick trying to go hook style, but the rebound picked up by Jake DiGiorgio. And that's what Jake DiGiorgio does. He is a rebounding machine, especially on the offensive side of it. Howes lost it for a moment but got it back as the Scarlet Hawks have a new shot clock, and Mosley will have it at the top and reset.
Yeah,
he'll set a play.
Take some time here, set up a good shot.
Mosley at the top, pass inside, high in for DiGiorgio, into the paint, fights it up, and that one's short. No foul call, we play on.
Yeah, it looks like you got all ball there.
The other way, it's Henry at the top, just into the game, and shooting the three is Joe Bico. That's no good. Colin Lake offensive board, and the putback three, I guess you could say, and we are now tied at 8.
There he is again. He's killing you from 3.
Mosley left side, driving it, beautiful move by Anthony Mosley Jr. and the Scarlet Hawks now up by 2 at 10-8.
And that's what it's going to take. Mosley has to be on his game every game for this Scarlet Hawks team, and right now, looks like he's doing just that.
Double team face there for Henry as Bico is at the top. Now on the right side driving, backs out now to Bico. He's going to try another 3. That one rattles out no good. Rebound by Malik Howes. Howes the other way, brings it across himself, drives it in himself, and that one off the side of the rim, no good. Jake DiGiorgio with the offensive rebound, though, and he clears it back out to Anthony Mosley, and they have a new shot clock. Mosley settles it down using the screen from Rarick. Mosley, right side, hop steps in, and a nice put in by Anthony Mosley, and the Scarlet Hawks up by 4.
Yeah, Mosley had 26 points last game. He looks like he wants to get at least that this afternoon. He's not messing around. It's going to be a good game.
Lake at the top brought it up. He'll get it back, and he goes up for the 3, and that's good. Colin Lake for 3, and the Vikings back within 1. And you talked about it, Andy, how deadly he can be from behind the 3-point mark. And so far, so good for him.
Yeah, I said he's shooting 42% from 3. That might go up by the end of this afternoon because right now he's 3 for 3 from 3.
And Mosley can answer for a 3. It's no good. DiGiorgio with the rebound, and we get a foul on the floor. And that's going to go against the Vikings, and that will go on Juwan Henry. That's his first personal second-team foul. As we've got a couple substitutions now for the Vikings, as Jason Hines will check into the game, and TJ Cobbs comes back in as well.
Great offensive rebound attempt there for the Hawks, and they got the foul, got to keep the ball.
Howes pulls up for the long 2. Malik Howes now with 4 points. He's 2 of 4 from the field. Scarlet Hawks back up now by 3.
It's a really good combo when you have Mosley and Howes both out there. They can both do some different things.
Lake driving baseline, stays in, and the long 3. And that shot attempt was long from Billy Kirby. As Cobbs drives, kicks it back out. Good ball movement from the Vikings. 4 seconds on the shot clock because the ball never hit the rim. Lake finally realized that he pulls up and he knocks it down for 3. Colin Lake, 4 of 4 from behind the 3-point line. He's got 12 of the team's 14.
Why did I say that before the game? I feel like I set us up for this.
Mosley left side, spins into the paint, now to Samuel Rarick. He pulls up for the shot, and that is good. Samuel Rarick for the long 2, and it's 16-14, and Rarick with 6 points.
Solid afternoon so far for Sam.
Now it's Lake, guarded by Mosley. That might be the matchup that is the one that could be a blockbuster at the end of this one today. Lake, trying to use the screen, pulls up for another 3. And that one is a little bit of a heat check, even though it hit the rim twice.
Can't have a ball.
And Mosley has that one poked away. And that's going to be a steal for Rarick. And now coming back the other way is Mosley. It's a 3-on-2. Mosley's going to take it himself. Trying to go to the kick out to his left. And Colin Lake with the steal. Doing it all for the Vikings early is Colin Lake.
He jumped high to get that one there. That was impressive.
Side pass inside. It's Mosley now in a one-on-one with Lake. And he's going to wait for his teammates to come back instead. Mosley. Thought about the shot. Nice pass inside. Jake DiGiorgio. Oh, that one just a little strong, but he gets his own putback.
Beautiful putback attempt there by Giorgio. He got that one to go.
And another timeout called by the North Park University Vikings as the Scarlet Hawks have been able to answer North Park in every which way so far, as we have just a little over 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Scarlet Hawks lead 18-14. We'll keep it here for right now on this timeout that the teams are taking. As you can see on your screen right now, the Scarlet Hawks bench, I think it has to be nothing but positive things so far early on from head coach Todd Kelly, Andy.
Right. I was actually, I wanted to finish. I was talking earlier about the combo of Malik Howes and Anthony Mosley Jr. together. They're very similar, but very different at the same time. Mosley provides that breakneck speed where he can get out and go coast to coast, no problem. Just get in there, get every basket. Almost, if you want to compare it to a Derrick Rose type of player, where Malik is a bit better shooter. Mosley can shoot the shots, but you want him to get down there inside and bang, get hit, gets to the line. They work well together. And then when you add guys like Samuel Rarick, who's having a great afternoon down low so far, I think, like you said, Coach Kelly couldn't be any happier. But right now, the guy you can watch out for out there is Colin Lake for the Vikings.
Yeah, Colin Lake so far 4 or 5 from three-point land. He's got 12 of the team's 14, as I mentioned a moment ago. And speaking of Colin, he's the one who brings it across the timeline for the Vikings. Now it's Henry, as Mosley's now guarding him. Using the screen was Lake again, thought about the three. Decided otherwise, though, being guarded there by Parker Johnkiss, who's much taller than him. Right corner, Henry, he pulls up for the three, and that'll rim in and out. His Ataki aggressively gets the rebound, and a foul's going to be called on a reach-in from Joe Biko, the 6'8 senior.
I was waiting for them to call the jump ball, but his Ataki did a nice job of pulling that ball away from him, and then they drew the foul. Nice job there by his Ataki and the Hawks.
As a substitution now for the Vikings, as Jordan Robinson comes back into the game with Joe Biko taking a seat. That was Biko's first personal, by the way, team's third. So far, no fouls committed by these Scarlet Hawks over halfway through this first half.
That's something you like to see if you're Coach Kelly. Less fouls, the better, longer you can keep your best players on the court.
Mosley to his Ataki. Now for the freshly checked in, Jake Bruns. Bruns to the right side, now to his Ataki at the top with under 10 on the shot clock. His Ataki driving right side, spins around, turns around, puts the shot up. That one's a little short. Henry with the rebound, and he'll charge it up the other way. Henry has to stop. Pass inside, hopping into the paint, and putting that one up and in is Jason Hines, and his first field goal of the afternoon is successful, and the Vikings now within 2.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Just run out by the Vikings, and they got a nice pass and got the basket inside.
Mosley cross-court pass. He's looking for Johnkiss. Now he'll go inside to his Ataki with 13 on the shot clock. His Ataki had it poked away for a moment, and a jump ball will be called. The possession error will stay with the Scarlet Hawks as we have 10 seconds on the shot clock remaining, and the Scarlet Hawks will inbound it on the baseline.
Yeah, so with 10 seconds left, you're just going to have to get the ball in, a couple passes, get an open shot, and let it rip.
His Ataki gets it off the inbound. His Ataki has it poked away. 4 seconds on the shot clock. I don't know if his Ataki realized it.
Put it up.
Mosley's got to put it up. He does. He gets it off the front of the rim. No good. And the rebound goes to DeGiorgio, and he puts it back in.
Nice job by DeGiorgio.
Jake DeGiorgio, a rebounding machine. He's already got 5 rebounds, and he's got 4 points. I should say that's a 6th rebound.
And that was key after almost getting the shot clock violation.
And a late whistle call. DeGiorgio takes a hard hit to the floor, but he's okay. As that's the first team foul committed by the Scarlet Hawks. It took them 11 minutes and 33 seconds until a foul had been committed. Foul goes on DeGiorgio.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
Henry will be at the line to shoot 2. It was a shooting foul. Have a substitution coming up for the Scarlet Hawks and the Vikings in a moment. First one for Henry at the line is good. Malik Howes now will come back into the game. Mosley's going to go take a seat. Dyron Woods now in for the Vikings as Jason Hines will go to his bench. Henry at the line for one more. 20-17 our score. 8:26 remaining in this first half. And the second free throw up and good. So Henry 2 for 2 at the line there. Howes quickly wants to push it ahead, and then he slows it down as he gets across the half-court line. Howes driving right side, and he is fouled going up for the layup. Oh, and the Scarlet Hawk bench was about to erupt if he made it. And Malik Howes will be at the line now, shooting 2. As the foul there goes against TJ Cobbs. That's his first personal, the team's 4th.
So it looks like early Coach Kelly opting to rest Malik Howes and Anthony Mosley Jr. separately. probably in order that they can play together once we get toward the end of the game, just like they did here early. It seemed to work really well for them, and by the end of the game, you'll be needing points. You'll be desperate for them. So to have them both out there, that'll be what Coach Kelly wants, out there and rested.
So now 2 for 2 at the line from Malik House. Makes it 22-18 Scarlet Hawks. With just under 8:15 to go now in this first half. Henry to the left corner, guarded by Malik House. Pull-up jumper, a little strong, no good. Offensive rebound by Jordan Robinson. Faced the double team for a moment. Cobbs to the top for Colin Lake. Right side floater is short, and the rebound, Rarick.
Man, he flies all over the court, Lake. He's always on the floor. He's always in the air. It's wild.
And a rattled-in three from the 2-year player, and Jake Bruns makes it 25-18 Scarlet Hawks. Their lead up to 7.
Beautiful corner three. And the crowd is going crazy.
Crowd and the bench too as Cobbs driving into the paint. Guarded by Rick. Rick has the block, and it's going to stay Vikings basketball as Albert Sharp wasn't sure who touched it last. And head coach Todd Kelly trying to plead his case, but nevertheless, Vikings will keep possession. 15 on the shot clock.
No replay here in Division 3.
And that pass errant looked like they wanted to go back towards the top of the key, but to no avail. So for the Scarlet Hawks, a big opportunity here. They got a chance to make this a double-digit lead if they want.
Yeah,
House will bring it up.
If they can do that, if they can get up to double digits early, that would be amazing. You can see, though, that they really want this game.
Here's the chance. Malik House for three. Short, no good. Hizataki with the tip for the rebound, but Henry brings it the other way. With his quick speed, he goes left side. Rebound, Rarick, as that layup was a little strong. House now quickly the other way, and he'll settle it back down. Wait for his players to come up the rest of the court. House will call the play with 20 on the shot clock. House now to his right. Switches it around for Bruns. Turnaround three, back of the rim, no good. And the rebound there by Jordan Robinson. Now it's Henry to the right side. Henry's gonna pull up for the long two. That one off the rim, no good. Rarick hustling for that rebound in the corner. 6:35 to go in the first half. 25-18 Scarlet Hawks. Now it's Parker Johnkiss. Now to Rarick along the baseline on the left side. Rarick for the two. It's good.
He's been doing that all afternoon. Just post up, turn around Jay. Nothing but net. Great job.
He is 3 of 4 from the field, and he's got 6 points and 3 boards. 27-18. Scarlet Hawks with a 9-point lead. We'll take a timeout and be right back here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live.
Hi, it's Frankie Robinson. The Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center of Broadcasting, provides hands-on broadcasting and online media training in fully equipped radio and TV studios and web-based computer labs. The instructional staff consists of broadcast media and professionals like myself with many years of broadcast and online media experience. I've watched some of my former students get jobs and excel in the industry. Upon graduation, students are well prepared to enter the broadcast media industry. Check out our campus in Chicago and Lombard and visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com to learn how to get started.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales.
It's a 27-18 lead for your Scarlet Hawks against the number 9 ranked North Park University Vikings. Glad you're with us on this Saturday afternoon here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live. With this broadcast powered by the Illinois Media School, where media careers begin. Alongside Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fahey with you here on this afternoon's broadcast inside the Keating Sports Center on the south side of Chicago, Illinois.
Pleasure to be here with you, Ryan, on this beautiful afternoon in January in Chicago.
Is Robinson driving in the paint, off the rim, no good. Rebound, out of bounds, and it's Scarlet Hawk basketball. Last touch by the Vikings in the paint, as Mosley and Giorgio are set to check back in for the Scarlet Hawks, as Bruns and Hizataki will take a seat.
one thing I can tell you why the Hawks are ahead by as much as they are is the rebounds. Defensive and offensive, the Hawks are dominating on the boards, and that's how you win a basketball game.
Malik Howes along the right side, now to Rarick, who's got 6 points and 3 rebounds this afternoon. Rarick into the paint, turns around twice, and he is fouled going for that shot.
There it is again, that turnaround jumper. Didn't make it this time, but picks up the foul, and we talked earlier about the Hawks improving at the line. So far, they've done well. Let's see if they can continue it.
Foul there goes on Robinson. That's his first personal, team's 5th, as Rarick makes the first free throw. Now a double-digit lead for the Scarlet Hawks, 28-18, 5:42 here to go in this first half. Rarick now for the second free throw. It is up and good. 29-18 Scarlet Hawks.
11-point lead here with just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Great start.
Henry, that one lost there, and Hustleford is to Giorgio, but it's kept in by Robinson. Driving Cobbs. That pass is wild to Giorgio with the steal. Up the other way, Jake Bruns. They'll still it down along the left side to Malik Howes, who we thought about the pull-up 3.
Yeah.
But he gets inside to DeGiorgio. DeGiorgio turns around with the pivot foot, and the shot will not count as he is called for the travel. Billy Kirby is set to check in.
That could have been amazing, but the officials saw the feet moving, as did you and I. It was a travel.
29-18 our score. 5:15 now to go in this first half. Colin Lake up across. All of his makes today have been from behind the 3-point mark. He's 4 of 5 with 12 points. And there's another 3 for the Vikings. That one no good there from Kirby. And the Scarlet Hawks pulled on the rebound. Mosley to the left side for Bruns. Now it's Howes, as they still settle it down with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
With a lead like this, there's no point in taking quick shots. You got a double-digit lead. You don't need to take ill-advised shots at this point.
Well, I mean, an ill-advised shot from Samuel Rarick, that's for sure. 31-18 Scarlet Hawks. And he is pumped going down the other way.
That's his signature shot for sure. That's pretty much the only shot he's taken, and he's made them all or gone to the line.
It's Henry, as you can see the Scarlet Hawk bench up and proud about it. Henry inside, and a foul there is going to be called on Bruns. And that'll be his first and the team's second only of this half so far with 4:20 remaining.
You know, and it's funny, as I was thinking, it's almost a tale of two halves of the half, where at the beginning you see the Vikings with, they had Lake doing what he does best, shooting threes, getting points on the board. He had 12 points early. That was, and that provided energy for him. But the Hawks were able to fight that, and really right now it looks like all the energy is with the Hawks. They have the double-digit lead, and they seem to have the drive. They want this game. You can tell before the game, they said, who cares if this is the number 9 team in the conference, or in Division 3, we're going to win this one.
And back the other way after the missed free throws, Malik Howes from downtown. They mark it as a 3-pointer, and we have a little confusion as there is not a timeout on the floor, as both teams thought they heard a timeout whistle being called.
That was interesting.
It looks like there was something with Anthony Mosley, maybe some blood on his right arm. Not entirely sure, but either way, we will resume play, I believe. And it looks like the officials and Chris Head, Mashili Glover, and Albert Sharp will convene at midcourt. Not sure what they are convening about, but it looks like they will have the reset coming up here as the Vikings will bring it up across the other way, right to left.
That was odd.
So I guess in a way we could call it a timeout, just with players not being allowed to go to their benches. Colin Lake the other way now with under 4 minutes to go in the first half. 34-18 Scarlet Hawks. Impressive here in this first half so far. At the top it's Robinson to Colin Lake. He pulls up for the long 2, and that one's good from Colin Lake, who's now 5 of 7 from the field, and he leads all scorers with 14.
14 of 20 points. That's having yourself a game.
Mosley now to Howes. I should say the other way. It's Mosley at the top, now back to Howes. With 16 on the shot clock. Rarick in the right corner. left side of the rim, no good. Tipped away for a moment, and the Vikings come back the other way. Lake now to Cobbs. Cobbs pass inside, good move, counted and a foul.
Beautiful pass in there, right to the hoop, and one.
Kirby driving in, gets the layup, and he'll be at the line for one more. As Parker Johnkiss now will come into the game, as Bruns will take a seat. Billy Kirby with his first field goal this afternoon. And for Billy Kirby, averaging just about 5 points a game, and has 17 total assists this season.
A lane violation?
And that's what it appears it's going to be looking like. Despite the miss, they will have one more for Kirby. It is up, and that one is good. So a redo, so to speak, and now the Vikings trail by 11 with just a little over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Mosley now to Johnkiss. Back to Mosley at the top with 17 on the shot clock. Mosley, he's going to pull it up instead. Back of the rim, no good, and the rebound will be Henry the other way. He's bringing it back with speed. Mosley with the block.
Get that out of here.
And a jump ball is going to be called, or no, I should say it will be. Possession arrow will stay with the Vikings. What aggressive defense from the Scarlet Hawks the other way.
That was a beautiful block right there.
So the baseline inbound will be from Henry with a new shot clock. It goes inside now, and a offensive foul. That's going to be a moving screen on Henry. Good angle from our camera crew on that one. And it's Scarlet Hawk basketball with 2:47 to go in the first half.
Take advantage of every break you can get if you're the Scarlet Hawks. You want to keep this lead as big as you can going into halftime. Really gives yourself a chance because you know the Vikings are going to make a run in the second half.
Mosley to Malik Howes. Now to Mosley again. He pulls up for the three. Mosley no good, and the rebound by Robinson. Quickly the other way, it's Colin Lake into the right corner. Lake swings ahead to Cobbs, now left corner for Kirby. Kirby driving baseline, and the layup is good. Nice move there from Billy Kirby. We're seeing the Vikings drive in more instead of pulling up shots, and that's been a little successful for them here in the last few minutes.
I was about to say, Kirby doesn't mess around. He doesn't care if he doesn't care if he has to take the contact. He'll do anything to get points.
As the Giorgio shot was no good, and the rebound by Colin Lake. Lake with the crossover back. Robinson over to Kirby. Kirby now to Cobbs. And I think he wanted the three, but he's going to drive it instead into the paint, left side. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound by Malik Howes. He takes a hand to the face.
He got hit hard there.
And Malik Howes will have to shake off the cobwebs on that one. As we can kind of see as he was facing us at that moment where he kind of had just a little bit knocked out of him a little bit. Like, I got to wake, ugh.
His head went back pretty far. He got hit hard to the face. Luckily, it doesn't look like there's any blood, and we're going to be able to keep playing.
That's the 7th team foul, so the bonus in effect here for the Scarlet Hawks is the 1-1. He makes the first one, he'll have a second. If he misses, it's a live ball. 34-25. So you have just over 100 seconds to go here in the first half, and the first one is good. So now it's back to a double-digit lead, 35-25 for the Scarlet Hawks, up by 10. Howes back at the line for one more. Howes so far has 5 points, and now with 6. 36-25, with just under 100 seconds remaining. Lake now over to the right side as he got that one into Chris Freeman, who just checked in, and the three-pointer is good. We're seeing the threes come back here for the Vikings, and we get a whistle, and looks like we have some on-court confusion with the official.
I wonder if it's whether that was a 2 or a 3, because to me it was awfully close.
Either way, they have it as 36-27, so I wonder if that was the question at hand. So everything gets back to action. Second time we've had a weird whistle stop gameplay. As House has it now to Parker Johnkiss, who almost got caught with a travel. Now it's Rurick down to Malik House, right side driving, and he's going to get called for the push-off. So an offensive foul on Malik House, and that'll be the team's fourth, and it's his first personal. And with 1:06 to go, Vikings may have an opportunity here to cause some damage and to kind of cut the deficit they have.
It's interesting to me that they called that one because I pretty much saw Colin Lake do the same thing going the other way, and nothing was called.
It's Henry now with under a minute to go. And a Kirby for the three. That one's good, and Billy Kirby is feeling it from downtown, and just like that, the Vikings are back within 6.
Yeah, what did I tell you, Ryan? I told you those Vikings would make a run. I was hoping it would be in the second half, but it's happening now, and Hawks need to respond in kind.
And into the corner, it's Johnkiss, and he rings it in from downtown.
And they do just that as Parker Johnkiss hits the three. We talked about it earlier that his shooting abilities would be important in this afternoon's game.
Shot clock turned off. One final possession for the Vikings. But a very nice showing so far from the Scarlet Hawks through one half, as we have now just under 10 seconds to go. Lake on the drive. Lake for the pull-up. Lake misses, and the rebound goes out of play. And the clock will stop with, I believe they're going to put it at 3 seconds. So we have 3 seconds on the clock. It'll be a catch and shoot now for the Vikings at this point. Henry with the inbound, inside of the paint. That one blocked away, and it's still out of bounds. It's Vikings ball.
Yeah, they hit a couple arms down there, but I believe it is off-white for sure.
So now it'll be 1 second on the clock. So now you really have to do just a catch and shoot. It goes in for Colin Lake at the buzzer, and they will not have counted the shot either way. But a very impressive showing from the Scarlet Hawks here early on. With a 9-point lead, they go into the locker room with it. It's 39-30 at the half. As Samuel Rarick leading the Scarlet Hawks with 6 points and 3 boards. Mosley, Howes, and DeGiorgio each with 4, and Hizataki with 2 as well. Colin Lake, though, has 12 points, 4 or 5 from behind the 3-point line. And we'll see what the Scarlet Hawks can improve upon with this 9-point lead that they have as we go to the half here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live. Don't go away.
Out of all the schools I applied to, Illinois Media School was the first to personally guide me through the financial aid process. Not only did the school offer classes in my field, but hands-on experience with all of today's modern broadcasting equipment. Illinois Media School gave me all the tools I needed to find a career in broadcasting. While in class, I worked one-on-one with real professionals in the television and radio industry. Job placement helped me find the perfect internship where I had real, on-the-job training. No other school offers a program as exciting and educational as this. My name is Mandy, and Illinois Media School helped me achieve my career in broadcasting.
I could have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. There's so many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School. You can go if you don't like the college that you go to, you don't like the major, or maybe you just want a fresh start for someplace new. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
I came to Illinois Media School because I want to give back to the current students. It's something that really means a lot to me as an instructor, as a mentor, because I've been in this business for over 20 years. So it meant a lot to me to be able to come back and just teach some of the tricks of the trade to the students here at Illinois Media School. I'm Jonathan Hood from SiriusXM NBA Radio and ESPN Radio from the Illinois Media School campus in Lombard, and I am IMS.
Hi, I'm Rob Rose, and I'm one of the instructors here at Illinois Media School. I've been teaching here at the school since 2010, as a matter of fact, between Lombard and Chicago campuses. This is definitely the place to come. It's going to prepare you for absolutely everything that you need to know about the broadcast industry. We're talking radio, television, web, podcasting, absolutely everything. Get in touch with the school and take advantage of it. Make it your career. Do it now. I'm Rob Rose, nights on 100.3 WSHE in Chicago, and I am IMS.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the Illinois Media School. My 15-year career in radio has been a dream come true. I'm a radio DJ, I'm on the air, and I get to be a program director for 2 radio stations in Wisconsin. My dream became a reality with the Illinois Media School. Illinois Media School is a great school with great teachers and former students now working in the industry today on the radio stations you listen to and on the TV stations you watch every day. Illinois Media School, check it out. For more details, beonair.com.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
The reason I'm out here at the Illinois Media School is the radio business, while there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of stations, the people in the business is a small, tight-knit group, and I really enjoy the opportunity of being able to give back, connect, share the experiences I have, and actually learn from the students as well. My name is Dustin Rhodes. I'm the executive producer with the Mully and Hanley Show on 670 The Score, and I am IMS.
Hi, it's Frankie Robinson. The Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center of Broadcasting, provides hands-on broadcasting and online media training in fully equipped radio and TV studios and web-based computer labs. The instructional staff consists of broadcast media and professionals like myself with many years of broadcast and online media experience. I've watched some of my former students get jobs and excel in the industry. Upon graduation, students are well prepared to enter the broadcast media industry. Check out our campus in Chicago and Lombard and visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com to learn how to get started.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
My name is Chris Labosco, and I do play-by-play for minor league hockey. It was while I was at the Illinois Media School that I got my first opportunity to do actual play-by-play in my first week of class. Through my time in class, I was able to improve as a broadcaster by learning how to use different equipment, how to set up for a remote broadcast, and how to prepare for each and every game that I would call. I even found an internship doing play-by-play for minor league baseball before graduating. If I never went to the Illinois Media School, I never would have found my passion.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can also specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. So come check us out. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Hi, everybody. I'm Candy Gomez here at the Illinois Media School in Lombard. I am one of the newest people to join the staff here. I am a student advisor. I bring all my expertise, my years from B96 Radio, WGN, Chicago Sky, KISS FM. I bring all that here, and I talk to the kids, students of all ages, of all backgrounds, and let them know what radio is like. And just working in the media, too. I'm Candy Gomez from KISS FM, and I am IMS.
Lag out. Hi, it's Frankie Robinson.
Out of all the schools I applied to, Illinois Media School was the first to personally guide me through the financial aid process. Not only did the school offer classes in my field, but hands-on experience with all of today's modern broadcasting equipment. Illinois Media School gave me all the tools I needed to find a career in broadcasting. While in class, I worked one-on-one with real professionals in the television and radio industry. Job placement helped me find the perfect internship where I had real, on-the-job training. No other school offers a program as exciting and educational as this. My name is Mandy, and Illinois Media School helped me achieve my career in broadcasting.
I could have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. There's so many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School. You can go if you don't like the college that you go to, you don't like the major, or maybe you just want a fresh start for someplace new. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
I came to Illinois Media School because I want to give back to the current students. It's something that really means a lot to me as an instructor, as a mentor, because I've been in this business for over 20 years. So it meant a lot to me to be able to come back and just teach some of the tricks of the trade to the students here at Illinois Media School. I'm Jonathan Hood from SiriusXM NBA Radio and ESPN Radio from the Illinois Media School campus in Lombard, and I am IMS.
Hi, I'm Rob Rose, and I'm one of the instructors here at Illinois Media School. I've been teaching here at the school since 2010, as a matter of fact, between Lombard and Chicago campuses. This is definitely the place to come. It's going to prepare you for absolutely everything that you need to know about the broadcast industry. We're talking radio, television, web, podcasting, absolutely everything. Get in touch with the school and take advantage of it. Make it your career. Do it now. I'm Rob Rose, nights on 100.3 WSHE in Chicago, and I am IMS.
How's it going? My name is Edgar Ibarra, and I'm very grateful for all the knowledge I received at the Illinois Media School. My 15-year career in radio has been a dream come true. I'm a radio DJ, I'm on the air, and I get to be a program director for 2 radio stations in Wisconsin. My dream became a reality with the Illinois Media School. Illinois Media School is a great school with great teachers and former students now working in the industry today on the radio stations you listen to and on the TV stations you watch every day. Illinois Media School, check it out. For more details, beonair.com.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
The reason I'm out here at the Illinois Media School is the radio business, while there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of stations, the people in the business is a small, tight-knit group, and I really enjoy the opportunity of being able to give back, connect, share the experiences I have, and actually learn from the students as well. My name is Dustin Rhodes. I'm the executive producer with the Mully and Hanley Show on 670 The Score, and I am IMS.
Hi, it's Frankie Robinson. The Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center of Broadcasting, provides hands-on broadcasting and online media training in fully equipped radio and TV studios and web-based computer labs. The instructional staff consists of broadcast media and professionals like myself with many years of broadcast and online media experience. I've watched some of my former students get jobs and excel in the industry. Upon graduation, students are well prepared to enter the broadcast media industry. Check out our campus in Chicago and Lombard and visit beonair.com. That's beonair.com to learn how to get started.
Leg out.
Looks like we may have a future Scarlet Hawk basketball player on our hands here in attendance this afternoon. Welcome back inside the Keating Sports Center. Second half about to get underway. Scarlet Hawks have a 39-30 lead at the half. A very impressive showing from the Scarlet Hawks against the number 9 ranked North Park University Vikings. Alongside Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fahey here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network, also on IIT Athletics Facebook Live. So glad you could join us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. And as we see the players getting ready to warm up here for the second half, Andy, what were your big takeaways from that first half?
Well, the big takeaways were that Colin Lake is everything he's cracked up to be. He can shoot. He had only 14 points by the end of the half, but in the first 10 minutes of the half, he had 12 points. He couldn't miss from three, and he was 4 of 5 from three this afternoon, and so far, he's 5 of 9 total. Also, on the side of the Scarlet Hawks, Anthony Mosley Jr., only 4 points here in the first half. If he can get it going here in the second half, we're looking at a pretty good chance of Scarlet Hawks win. I mean, and you've already got Malik Howes with 11, and Samuel Rarick is holding the paint down low. 12 points for him, playing well in the post. I mean, we're looking good so far, I would say. If you're a Hawks fan, you're feeling good.
And, well, you're looking at on the side for North Park, too. You've got their All-Americans in Henry and Robinson. They have not been able to really beat the Scarlet Hawks overall here so far. Henry's 0 for 5 from the field. He's made 2 free throws to go along with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. And Jordan Robinson only has 5 rebounds, and he's 0 for 4 from the field. The only thing that's really been kind of keeping North Park in it so far is the very hot shooting from behind the three-point line from Colin Lake and Billy Kirby, who are both in double digits. Lake with 14 and Kirby with 10. And then aside for the Scarlet Hawks, Rarick 5 of 7 with 12 points and 6 rebounds. Malik Howes with 11 points and 2 rebounds so far. And Mosley, you just talked about him, 4 points on 2 of 6 shooting. And he really hasn't even gotten going yet. And that's kind of the scary thing if you're the opponent, that being the North Park University Vikings. It's going to be an interesting second half, Andy.
Absolutely, Ryan. And we were talking about just a second ago, actually. If you're Coach Kelly and you were to look at the stat sheet we were just handed a minute ago, thanks, by the way, to the wonderful stat team here at the Heating Center. Lots of zeros on the North Park side. While you have the 14 for Colin Lake and the 10 for Billy Kirby, there's, let's see, I can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros on there for North Park players. And if you're Coach Kelly, you're feeling good. The defense is swarming.
You just saw the shot there of Coach Todd Kelly for the Scarlet Hawks. Sam Rarick, we mentioned 5 of 7 from the field, who is leading the Scarlet Hawks in scoring so far this afternoon. And TJ Cobbs hasn't really done much either. 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting with 3 rebounds and 1 assist. And the first foul for the Scarlet Hawks that they had committed, it didn't even come until about 11 minutes, 33 seconds into that first half alone. And as you mentioned, that's what really kept the Scarlet Hawks starters able to stay out there a little bit longer and then still kind of increase that lead and really push the pace against the Vikings.
It's disciplined defense. It makes Coach Kelly's job easier. He doesn't have to keep subbing players in and out. And we were talking about he can make smart substitutions, like resting Howes while Mosley is in, or vice versa. And so at the end of the game here, when we hit crunch time, he's going to be able to have his best players on the court to do what he needs to do to win. I mean, you're facing the number 9 team in Division III. Why not give it your all? Obviously, before the game, they said, we're going to win this game, and that's what they intend to do.
For North Park, it's the original starters back out there in Cobbs, Lake, Henry, Robinson, and Brown. Same goes for your Scarlet Hawks as well, of Mosley, Howes, Hizataki, Johnkiss, and Rarick. Scarlet Hawks now will be going right to left to score. And it'll be North Park going left to right. Scarlet Hawks in the home white uniforms you see on your screen. While for the Vikings are in the all-black, and a 5-second call.
5, yeah,
no need to even start the clock on that one. A 5-second call on the Vikings, or I should say on the Scarlet Hawks, so good defense by the Vikings.
One thing we haven't talked about really here, quite the contingent of Vikings fans, or maybe that's just their benches, makes that much noise.
It's Colin Lake now the other way, as it's Robinson, the All-American. He drives left side, and that one, shot no good, but a foul on the floor is going to be on Hizataki. That'll be his first team foul of the half, 15 seconds in. It was a shooting foul, so Robinson at the line for 2. Robinson, the 6'3 junior, 0 for 4 from the field so far this afternoon. His first one at the free throw line, he gets the friendly rolling in. And it's now 39-31, deficit cut to 8. And as a team, Scarlet Hawks were shooting just under 47% from the field in that first half, as the second free throw is good. While to North Park, they were only 32%. Rarick now the other way in a 2-on-2. Rarick left side layup up and good. He's got 14.
And the magic continues with Samuel Rarick. He said, I'm going to take that ball, drive the lane, and left hand and good.
Scarlet Hawks lead now up to 9. Colin Lake now right side with a nice move. Past the Cobbs, now to the right for Kirby. Now to the right corner, it's Colin Lake for 3. Side of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Robinson. New shot clock for the Vikings.
Lake's lost a little bit of magic here recently, but I still cringe every time I see him that wide open.
And a spin move there, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Vikings. As refs will convene, as the shot clock had been reset for a moment. They put it back now down to 19 seconds. And now the Vikings will inbound just underneath their own basket with 19 on the shot clock. And just under 19 minutes to go here in the half. Layup for Cobbs is good. And now the lead cut to 7 for the Scarlet Hawks. As it's now 41-34. Up the other way, it's Rarick.
Got to stay aggressive.
Right side with the spin move, had it poked away. He gets it right back and lays it in. Rarick now 7-9 from the field with 16.
That spin move knocked the defender out of his shoes. That was a wild move by Rarick.
Henry guarded by Malik Howes. Henry now pushes it to the top for Cobbs. Now it's over there for Kirby. Left wing 3. TJ Cobbs from downtown. Answers back and forth here, Andy, so far early on.
Cobbs only 2 points in the first half, but he's heating up right now.
There's Ataki down to the right corner. Now back to Mosley. Mosley, who averages just over 20 points a game, goes to Rarick at the free throw line. Back to Malik House with 15 on the shot clock. House drives into the paint, poked away, but a foul on Colin Lake. And he is stunned by that call. So that'll be a foul on Lake. That's his second personal, first team foul of the half. So Malik now at the line for 2. 43-37 our score, just under 18 minutes to go here in regulation. First free throw good from Malik. He's now got 12, and he's now 5 of 5 from the field.
And the Hawks
the free throw line.
Able to continue their superb shooting from the free throw line so far this afternoon.
And he's now 6 of 6 from the free throw line, and he's got 13.
And the Hawks actually shooting 100% from the line. They have not missed a free throw.
Lake driving right side, goes back, Cobbs for the 3. That's good. TJ Cobbs filling in from long range here early on. And they lead now for the Scarlet Hawks down to 5.
Yeah, Cobbs taking over for Lake, who's gone a little bit dry from 3, 2 in a row for Cobbs.
Mosley with the spin move, turnaround jumper is good, and Mosley gets his first field goal in the second half.
And they're going to need more. We talked about that. Mosley expected. He likely will heat up here in the second half.
Kirby down at Cobbs at the top, guarded by Rarick. Robinson at the top to Johnkiss. Now it's Cobbs. Back in Robinson, into the paint, left side. And the aggression there from the All-American makes it 47-42. Mosley on the left side, guarded by Cobbs. Mosley. And we have looks like we're going to have a fan ejection as the official is looking for, it appears, security. Looks like he's saying that he is telling the fan, you've got to go.
Yeah,
so
someone just to our right down here in the front row.
Yeah, I don't know what was said or who said it, but it looks like they will have the teams go back to their benches, and they are asking a fan to leave.
Well, they did make it very clear before the game that profanity is not
that's something
tolerated.
That's an NCAA rule that fans need to follow, and looks like they will be.
A few young ladies are being escorted from the arena at this time.
Yeah, not sure what was said or what made the official make the decision per se. Obviously, not the nicest of words that had to have been said. So it was enough, though, for an ejection. So
he was very adamant, very quick to make that call.
John Kiss as we get play back underway. I think that's the first fan injection we've ever seen here in the Keating Sports Center, at least when I've been here.
I agree.
So now it's Rarick as play is back underway. Rarick with the turnaround, he was kind of having a shot that had some funny English on it. As Henry goes to Robinson, who has the jump pass to the right corner. Three there is no good. Henry with the putback with that offensive rebound, and North Park is within one possession for the first time since very early back in the first half.
And I meant to touch on this a while ago, but Henry has been around everything, but he really hasn't had any buckets. Finally got one there for himself on the offensive board and putback.
And a steal from Juwan Henry. He pushes it the other way. His layup is good. Juwan Henry with back-to-back points, and the Vikings now within one. Todd Kelly calls for a timeout.
It's getting heated in here. It's getting real.
It is indeed. 47-46 our score. Scarlet Hawks only lead by one. We'll see if that can change for them. We'll be right back here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live.
The reason I'm out here at the Illinois Media School is the radio business, while there are hundreds, maybe even thousands of stations, the people in the business is a small, tight-knit group, and I really enjoy the opportunity of being able to give back, connect, share the experiences I have, and actually learn from the students as well. My name is Dustin Rhodes. I'm the executive producer with the Mully and Hanley Show on 670 The Score, and I am IMS.
Hi, it's Frankie Robinson. The Illinois Media School, formerly the Illinois Center of Broadcasting, provides hands-on broadcasting and online media training in fully equipped radio and TV studios and web-based computer labs. The instructional staff consists of broadcast media and professionals like myself with many years of broadcast and online media experience.
Well, I'll tell you what's up, LL Cool J. The Vikings are within one as we have 16 minutes to go here in regulation. Alongside Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fay with you here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on the IIT Athletics Facebook Live. Glad you could join us on a Saturday afternoon with this broadcast powered by the Illinois Media School. Now it's Mosley to Malik Howes at the top. Back to Mosley. 19 on the shot clock. Now inside, Jonkis short on the shot, rebound by Robinson. And now the Vikings have an opportunity for their first lead since when they were up 5-0 back in the first half. Robinson left side, guarded by Jonkis, driving, he puts it in. A pretty play by the All-American, and the Vikings have their first lead since very early back in the first half, 48-47.
And you knew they weren't just going to roll over, Ryan. This is one of the best teams in Division III. They're ranked number 9 for a reason. They're not just going to roll over.
House misses the three, and Colin Lake the other way. Robinson, right side, drives in, and a whistle and a foul is called. And it looks like they're going to call that on Hizataki, as that'll be his second personal, team's second of the half. And Robinson now at the line for two. So now Robinson, who is 2 of 2 from the line already today, and he's only got 2 points, mind you, along with 6 rebounds. And that first one is good. As Quinton Forberg is now in, John just takes the seat for the Scarlet Hawks. And for the Vikings, it'll be Joe Biko, the 6'8" senior, into the game.
Forberg making his second appearance this afternoon for Illinois Tech.
So Robinson at the line for one more. And it is no good. 49-47, the score will remain. Just under 15 minutes to go here in the second half.
Got to take advantage of that free throw miss if you're IIT. You don't need a 3, just need a 2 to even it up.
Now it's Mosley to Malik Howes to the right corner. Back to Mosley. Mosley drives in. Now to DiGiorgio on the baseline, puts up the shot, but it's no good. Good defense by North Park. Henry the other way. Left-hand layup is good. 51-47, and just like that, it's a 4-point lead for the Vikings.
And if you watch Henry all game, you could tell he's kind of at least their floor leader. The ball always seems to start in his hands because he's got speed, and finally some of the shots are going down for him, and that's really helping the Vikings.
Well, there's a shot going down for Quentin Forberg for three, and the Scarlet Hawks are within one. Now it's Lake switching there to Kirby. Kirby back to Henry using the screen. Kirby with the jumper. Short and no good.
Great D.
And the rebound by Hizataki. Mosley quickly the other way. His speed and agility. And he is taken down.
Oh, that might be a flagrant. Is that a flagrant?
Yep, and we have some words being exchanged.
Extracurricular activities here.
Mosley gets up okay, and a hard foul from Joe Biko. Officials are going to review it, I believe. I believe they are going to call it a flagrant, though. And now it's really starting to heat up here inside the Acadian Sports Center. So Mosley is going to shoot the two. And they'll keep possession. And the officials will convene about it. Officials Chris Head and Ashili Glover and Albert Sharp discussing, as you can see on your screen.
This game has had a little bit of everything, has it not, Ryan?
It has. So the officials convene about the call. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Mosley and possession for the Scarlet Hawks. So a big break there, and no other fouls were issued after, as Mosley makes the first one. They'll have one more upcoming, as Mosley now with 5 points this afternoon to go with 4 assists and 2 boards. And he's 2 of 2. And again, possession will stay with IIT. So after the free throws have been shot, officials convene one more time, just I believe to clarify the call with 2 free throws and possession.
That's usually what happens on a flagrant.
And now I believe they're going to have the players go back to their respective huddles, and I believe they're going to confirm everything at the scorer's table.
Better safe than sorry.
So they will confirm, as the officials are telling Coach Tom Slider to back away.
Everyone's just getting a little bit hot in here.
Yeah,
it's nice to be by the door.
Well, if anything, it's just more vocal.
This is true.
So they will have a baseline inbound from what we are hearing. So the Scarlet Hawks will inbound from underneath their own hoop, I believe. Even though the officials obviously want to make sure they get it right. Can't blame them for that. So again, Scarlet Hawks inbound. Mosley made the 2 free throws. And immediately out of the game is Joe Biko. And you saw the refs go for that immediately, that he had to leave. So now with Mosley driving right side, Mosley, no good. DiGiorgio with the putback though, and the Scarlet Hawks now up by 3. So a 4-point possession officially for the Scarlet Hawks on that one.
And Jake DiGiorgio has been not the biggest player for the Hawks today, but he's played an important role getting rebounds and putbacks. Even when a guy like Mosley can't get the bucket, he's there to clean up the mess.
Rebound by Henry, but he stepped on the line, out of bounds. Scarlet Hawk basketball. And a timeout called by North Park and Coach Tom Slider. As this has been a really topsy-turvy last 2 minutes of gameplay overall. We've had fan ejections, flagrant fouls, and a lead change of about 3 times within a minute already. So we will take the timeout with them, with the Scarlet Hawks up by 3 now. With just over 13 minutes to go. We'll be right back here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
It's a 54-51 lead for your Scarlet Hawks with just over 13 minutes to go. We're glad you're with us on this intense Saturday afternoon inside the Keating Sports Center. Alongside Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fay with you on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live.
And you're right, it has been an intense afternoon, but what else can you expect when you're playing one of the best teams in Division III? The number 9 ranked North Park Vikings. You know that if you were IIT from go, Coach Kelly was telling them, why shouldn't we win this game? Play hard and you can do anything you want, and they're laying it all out on the line here.
Mosley to House along the left side, back to Mosley. Mosley to House, he pulls up for the 3, that's good! Malik House from downtown, it is a 6-point lead for the Scarlet Hawks.
And you see, we talk always about that Mosley-House relationship, and you see that even when Mosley's scoring ability is down, he's getting the ball to House, and he's hitting his shots, Houses.
Robinson, spin move into the paint, pretty move by the All-American against Sam Rarick.
That was a nice spin move, and I guess that tells you why he's an All-American.
Robinson's scoring touch has picked up a bit here in this second half. Mosley at the free throw line now, guarded by Robinson. Pass, House, right corner, 3, got it!
There
back-to-back threes for the 6'2" guard from Detroit, Michigan.
Beautiful corner 3 there, it's the shortest 3.
Colin Lake, who had the hot scoring touch in the first half. Short on that 3, House with the rebound. And the Scarlet Hawk lead back to 7 just like that. Remember, North Park was up by 4 at one point just a few minutes ago. House, Forberg. Forberg with the pretty move, but he's short on the shot.
Yeah, he burned his defender there, unfortunately couldn't get the finish.
Robinson right side, that one blocked away. Kirby gets it back into Robinson. He turns around, he didn't even look at the basket to make the shot. What a pretty move there from the 6'3" junior, Jordan Robinson.
And Robinson, you just talked about, he's all didn't hear much from him in the first half, but all of a sudden here in the second half, picking it up.
Rarick slit, Mosley pull-up jumper, good. Mosley now with his 3rd field goal of the afternoon, and it's 62-55.
And those are the shots you expect Mosley to make. That's why he's on his team.
Now the cross-court pass, it's Robinson right wing, and he's called for the travel. And he can't believe it.
Just a little slide of the feet there. It was close, but hey, these officials have been on this all day. 3 seconds, traveling, they call it all.
So Mosley will pick it up and bring it across as we have just about 11 minutes to go here in the second half. Mosley's shot blocked. Rarick rebound, reverse layup, counted and a foul!
And 1.
Sam Rarick with 18 points, and he's got a chance to have 19 and make the lead double digits once again for the Scarlet Hawks.
What an afternoon for Rarick. It's been a great day for him.
So Rarick at the line for the and 1. He's 7 of 10, I should say 8 of 11 from the field now. As the free throw is up and good.
Big 3-point play there for Hawks. Back up to a double-digit lead.
House and Rarick each closing in on 20 points now for the afternoon. Block there from DeGiorgio.
And it's a block party right now. Jake DeGiorgio is saying, this is my lane. You're not getting in here unless I say so.
Jawan Henry went up for that, and he did not know DeGiorgio was coming. 13 on the shot clock. Henry with it, guarded by House. Henry at the top. Back to Robinson. Robinson at the free throw line, back out. Henry, 3, long and no good. Rebound by Rarick. Rarick facing a double team, and he's hit with the foul there on Jordan Robinson. And that is going to be Robinson's 3rd personal and the 4th team foul of the second half.
It looks like North Park's getting a little desperate here on defense. They really trapped DeGiorgio there. Or excuse me, Rarick.
So Mosley brings it across. He's got 10 now along with 7 assists. He's closing in on a double-double possibly. That pass a little long to Rarick, but he goes back and recovers. Now it's Forberg to Mosley. 15 on the shot clock. Mosley saying, clear out. I got it. Mosley in a one-on-one. Spin move around right corner. Forberg driving. Pass into Rarick, and he is called for the travel.
Oh, they called up-downs there.
Rarick didn't argue it, so I guess he will accept that and move on, as we now have under 10 minutes to go. Colin Lake, number 4, guarded by number 4. Forberg and Lake one-on-one there. Now it's Henry guarded by Howes. Now it's to the corner. Lake thought about the 3, but he goes inside to Robinson. Inside pass for Cobb. Fight for it on the floor, and it is they're calling a jump ball, and the possession arrow stays with the Vikings as Jake Bruns comes back in now for the Scarlet Hawks as Forberg takes a seat.
And you saw there on the play before the jump ball, Lake had the ball wide open, but he's recognizing that he hasn't been shooting great in the second half and passed up the shot.
Henry with the shot up, and a little bit of a late whistle as the foul goes on to Giorgio, as that'll be his 3rd personal and the team's 3rd of the half, as Henry now is at the line. It was a shooting foul, so he'll be at the line for 2. So far, Henry today, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and he's 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Joe Bico finally comes back in. He was last in when he committed that flagrant foul from earlier on Mosley Jr. Henry's 2nd free throw is up and good. So with just under 9:30 to go, the Scarlet Hawks lead trim to 8. House on the right side backs out. Mosley drives into the paint. Beautiful move! But the shot will not count. They're going to say it was an on-the-floor foul as the foul goes on TJ Cobbs, and that's his 3rd personal, team 5th.
Interesting call. I didn't exactly see it that way, but hey, that's why they get paid and I don't.
They weren't going to let the continuation happen as the quick inbound to Malik Howes is no good. Rims off. Robinson rebound. Henry the other way. Pass inside. Stolen by Mosley. And Mosley, and a reach-in is going to be called on Henry as he wanted to stop the fast break from happening. So Henry called for the foul, as that is his 2nd. So that'll be his 2nd personal, team 6th. With the Scarlet Hawks with 9 minutes to go, up by 8. Mosley. He pulls up for the 3. That rattles out. Robinson rebound. Now it's Henry the other way. And Henry's had a strong second half for the Vikings as Robinson has picked up his play as well. And Bruns with the steal the other way, and he's in a 1-on-3, and he'll wait for the players in white to show up.
Bruns was way out ahead. He needed some helpers there.
House at the top, settles it down with 17. House pulls up for the long 2, and no good. Robinson rebound. Robinson with a double-double. Henry drives right side, uses the glass as a friend. And the Vikings now down by 6, but you can, I was about to say almost back down 8, but Mosley missed the layup. Cobb's the other way. And now it's Bico. Into the corner, Henry wide open for 3, short on it, no good. Robinson rebound, and a Robinson putback.
And earlier, the Hawks had the clear advantage when it came to rebounds. Not so much here, as North Park really has shown up big time on the offensive boards here in the second half.
Timeout called by Coach Todd Kelly, 65-61. Our score, 7:48 to go here in the second half, and we'll be right back here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live.
My name is Chris Labasco, and I do play-by-play for minor league hockey. It was while I was at the Illinois Media School that I got my first opportunity to do actual play-by-play in my first week of class. Through my time in class, I was able to improve as a broadcaster by learning how to use different equipment, how to set up for a remote broadcast, and how to prepare for each and every game that I would call. I even found an internship doing play-by-play for minor league baseball before graduating. If I never went to the Illinois Media School, I never would have found my passion.
I couldn't have said it better myself. This is Jonathan Hood, instructor at the Illinois Media School, formerly Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So many reasons for you to consider Illinois Media School: financial aid for those who qualify, real-world hands-on experience, internships, and so much more. Don't just take my word for it. Set up a tour at one of the 2 Chicagoland locations. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports to learn more. That's beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
It's a 65-61 lead for the Scarlet Hawks against the North Park University Vikings. We're glad you're with us on this Saturday afternoon here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live. Alongside Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fay with you here on the call. So after a Scarlet Hawks timeout called by Coach Todd Kelly, it's Mosley at the top. Suzataki's now into the game. Pass inside for DeGiorgio, stolen away by Henry. Henry now, as he was facing back pressure there from DeGiorgio for a moment. It's Lake swinging it over now to the right side for Biko. It's Henry at the top with 15 on the shot clock. He's guarded by Howes again. Henry, left side. Passes Ataki, short on the layup, and Hizataki with the rebound.
Nice rebound there by Hizataki. Really could use a bucket right here if you're the Hawks. You want to stay ahead.
Now here's Mosley at the top. Mosley with 10 points, 7 assists. Mosley inside, Hizataki with a nice move in the paint.
Beautiful bounce pass there by Mosley, right to Hizataki, one-handed with the right hand, and then put it up and in. Big basket there for the Hawks.
Colin Lake guarded by Bruns. Colin Lake has been making it rain from downtown basically all year. And he did especially earlier today as Henry for the 3 is off the mark, no good.
Yeah, he did in the first half, but in the second half, the Hawks have done a nice job of controlling Colin Lake.
Bit of a hot pass as DeGiorgio goes back to Mosley, who almost threw the entire house down as Bruns gets it for the 3. Back of the rim, no good, and Henry with the rebound the other way. He goes quickly. Drives in, and look out there, hard contact between Henry and Mosley.
Lord.
Both guys go down, and they get up okay. You can hear the contact probably through our mics here.
The whistle came well before the hits took place. I'm not sure how they're calling it here.
Well, it looks like they're just going to call it a common foul. Henry will be at the line for 2 as Parker Johnkiss comes in for Jake Bruns. 67-61, and 6:15 to go here in regulation. Actually, they're not going to call it a shooting foul. They're just going to say it was an on-the-floor foul.
That's kind of what I thought, because like I said, the whistle was early. It looked like it might have been an on-the-floor foul that ended much more painfully for both players than it needed to.
And for Howes, that's his 3rd personal. I should say it's his 2nd personal, team's 4th. 3-pointer in the corner, TJ Cobbs. He's got 13.
Yes, he's been on fire from that spot specifically there over on the far side from 3.
He is 3 of 4 from behind the 3-point mark, 5 of 8 overall. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Hizataki. Back to House for the long 2. Short. Rebound by Juwan Henry.
Not sure how I feel about that shot. He might have wanted to pass that one up.
Right corner 3, rattles out. And a foul, and it's going to be a loose ball foul on the Vikings, as that's going to get called on Biko. And that'll be his 3rd personal. That's the team's 7th. The 1-and-1 bonus in effect now, at least the rest of the way with 5:28 to go here in the second half. As Sam Rarick, who got a much-deserved break, is back into the game. DeGiorgio takes the seat.
And with 5.5 left, being able to go to the line from here on out on every foul. If you're the Hawks, you want to take advantage of that opportunity. They've shot well from the line today, so I would expect the same.
1-and-1 bonus for Hizataki. First one rattles in as Billy Kirby comes back in for the Vikings. Biko takes a seat. Hizataki today has 5 points and 5 rebounds on 2 of 4 shooting. And now it's 6. Robinson inbounds to Lake as Scarlet Hawks again up by 5 with just over 5 minutes to go. Colin Lake has it at the top, guarded by Mosley. Lake with 12 on the shot clock to Henry. Henry at the top. Makes a few moves. Drives right side. Blocked by Hizataki.
No, sir, says Hizataki. Thank you very much.
How's the other way. And he'll settle it off to Mosley. And you can tell the Scarlet Hawks want to play at their own pace here. Up by 5 with 4:46 to go.
And that's what they should do. No reason to take any ill-advised shots. Use all the time you have.
Rarick had it for a moment, gives it to Mosley. 8 on the shot clock. Mosley, right side, back to Rarick. Free throw line jumper off the left iron, no good.
You had to put it up if you're Rarick. Not enough time on the clock.
Cobbs will give it to Henry, who just comes across. Henry to Robinson. Robinson behind his back, right side into the paint, and he puts it in. Jordan Robinson with 15. And how do you stop that? And it's hard to do that against the All-American.
It appears to be that way.
Spin move by Mosley using the glass.
Beautiful spin move by Mosley. Just kisses it off the glass, and then that's what you expect from him. He knows that this is crunch time. It's his time.
It may not be a pretty shooting day for Mosley. 5 of 14 from the field, but he's got 12 and 8 assists so far. Lake for 3. Short. His attacking board.
Talk about a tale of 2 games if you're Colin Lake. Early on, I jinxed him, and I jinxed this, and he was basically almost perfect from 3, but here in the second half, he really hasn't been able to hit anything from long range.
Now it's Rarick. Rarick in the right corner, spins around with a nice move, and he puts it in. Sam Rarick, 21 points, 9 rebounds, and it's a 7-point lead for the Scarlet Hawks with just about 3:15 to go. Timeout, Vikings.
Sam Rarick, not one of those players who was on our keys to the game, but maybe he should have been because he's having himself a great afternoon, and I'm sure Coach Kelly is loving it.
It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with you on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network and on Facebook Live. As you see it on your screen, 73-66 Scarlet Hawks. 3:14 to go here in the second half. Sam Rarick, 21 points, 9 rebounds on 9 of 14 shooting. Malik Howes with 19 and 3 rebounds. Mosley has 12 points and 8 assists. Jake DiGiorgio with 6 points, 9 rebounds. Hizataki, 6 points and 7 rebounds. And Jordan Robinson leads the Vikings in scoring with 15 points to go along with 12 rebounds. He's got a double-double. Colin Lake with 14, but most of that came from that first half splurge that he went on. TJ Cobbs has been feeling it lately here for the Vikings. He's got 13 points and 4 rebounds. Juwan Henry with 12 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And Billy Kirby also in double-digit scoring with 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists.
And I think if you were Coach Kelly there during that timeout, you're telling your boys, this is your game. Play at your pace. Do what works for you. Don't let them dictate how this game ends.
Robinson with a nice spin move past Rarick. And it's 73-68, 3 minutes to go. There's a quiet tension now inside the Keating Sports Center with it being so close. Mosley lost the handle on it, stolen by Henry. He's hustling back the other way. Layup counted and a foul. And it's a 1-possession game just like that.
Can't have turnovers at this point in the game, and that wouldn't really hurt since Henry has the N1 opportunity here.
Henry 4 of 6 from the free throw line today. Henry's shot is up, and it's good. 73-71, 2:47 to go. Howes with 19 points has it. Howes wanted the screen, but gives it off to Rarick instead. Rarick with 15. Rarick, he's got 21. Trying to use the glass, no good. Robinson rebound. 2-on-2 the other way. Henry with the spin move into the paint. Pretty move and a pretty finish. And we are tied at 73 with 2:17 to go.
Why wouldn't we be right? It's been this kind of game. It's destined to be tied with 2 minutes to go.
Mosley inside Rarick. Hot pass, and Rarick fouled going up for the shot, I believe.
That was a beautiful pass inside to Rarick, and he took a hard hit, but it looks like he's going to take a trip to the line.
Foul there is on Kirby. That's his second personal, team's 8th. But it is a shooting foul, so there will be 2 free throws attempted regardless. Rarick at the line for the 2 with 2:04 to go here in the second half. We're tied at 73. Rarick's first one is good. So the Scarlet Hawks get the lead back by 1, and they'll try to make it 2 right here with another free throw from Rarick. And he does. Rarick now with 23. Colin Lake across. Under 2 minutes to play. What a game we've had here inside the Keating Sports Center this afternoon. Lake at the top of the key. To the left now for Henry, guarded by Howes. Robinson at the top. He pulls up for the 3. Back of the rim, no good. And the rebound by Cobb. And taken away by Hizataki.
What a job Hizataki.
Oh, and that's a trip call.
Is it that was clear path?
I don't know if it's clear path, but a trip there is going to go on Cobbs. He wanted to stop the pace there of Mosley to stop a fast break. So Cobbs is called for the foul. It's his 4th, team's 9th. 1-1 still in effect here, so Mosley has a chance to now make this a 2-possession lead. 75-73. Mosley with 12 points this afternoon. And he off the back iron, but it's a rebound for Hizataki.
All right. Use the shot clock, settle it down.
Mosley's hands have it. 20 on the shot clock, 1:30 to go. Mosley, no call. He was tripped up on his own house. And a foul is going to be on a block as they are calling that on Robinson, and that's his 4th. And the team's 10th, so the double bonus in effect the rest of the way.
No better time than now to get that double bonus if you're the Hawks.
Howell's at the line, so 2 free throws will be had either way. First one is good. And now this can be really big here because now you can make it a 2-possession game with 1:25 to go.
Absolutely. Then it's just all about lockdown defense.
Howell's now with 20 points. 7 of 7 from the line today. He is perfect. And it stays that way. 21 from Malik Howes. 77-73. 1:20 to go. Crowd on their feet here inside the Keating Sports Center. And it's getting loud once again. Colin Lake to Henry. Howes, spin move, in with the fake and the foul. What a move from Jawan Henry. And he goes to the line for the and 1 with 1:06 to go. Wow. Counter after counter after counter as Hizataki was called for the foul. It's his 2nd personal. It's the team's 6th.
All right, this is just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, it's one of those who's just going to get the last blow at this point.
Will not go away.
Henry for his and 1, and he misses it.
Big. It is a huge miss there. Corner North Park, a huge opportunity with 1 minute to go here in regulation.
Mosley. Around a screen, drives in, puts up a shot short on it, but he gets back this rebound.
He's on board.
Shot clock did not reset. He wanted to go inside to Hizataki, stolen away though by Cobbs. Cobbs now going to push it the other way. 40 seconds to go, and Cobbs will settle it down. About 13 seconds separate shot clock, game clock. Henry, spin move. Out of the right side, a 3-pointer, back of the rim, no good. Hizataki rebound. And a foul has been called. And it's on Robinson, and that's his 5th. So that'll do it for Robinson. They're actually going to call the foul on Henry. Henry's called for the foul. That's his 3rd personal, team's 11th foul.
That's a really poor timed foul, no matter who they call that on.
There is 0.4 seconds to separate shot clock, game clock. As Hizataki at the line for some very crucial free throws, and that may be putting it lightly. Hizataki today is 6 points, 11 boards. Big 3 there. Because now at this point, you have to at least make North Park go for a 3 if they want to tie it.
Exactly, and the free throw line, we actually talked about it early, how it was going to be key if you wanted to win this game.
And you see Malik Howes trying to tell Hizataki, just run back immediately. Don't bother.
Right, they've done great from the free throw line.
Big free throw here for the big guy. Sinks it. 79-75. And now it's picked up by Henry. To the right side for the three. Side of the rim, no good. Shot clock turned off. It goes over the backboard. And that's considered out of bounds. So the Scarlet Hawks will take possession, as into the game now will be Chris Freeman, as a timeout on the floor charged to the Scarlet Hawks, as they have plenty of timeouts still to use with 22 seconds left. One timeout remaining for the Vikings. 79-75, 22 seconds to go. We'll keep it with you here, as what a back and forth contest we have had here in the last 12 or so minutes of this second half. We saw in that first half where the Scarlet Hawks went out to about almost a 20-point lead at one point, and in the second half it was a new tale. The Vikings came out guns a-blazing, and here we are with the Scarlet Hawks up by 4. Now the challenge for them, they have to come across with the full court press.
Oh, exactly. I mean, that's your only choice now. If you're North Park, you have to press full court, and if you're the Hawks, you just want to not do anything dumb. No bad passes, no charging fouls, and just really be disciplined. Do what got you here. Really, it's been all about disciplined play for IIT. Obviously, we saw that moment where both teams got a little agitated, but we've recovered from that, and it's been a great game. I mean, you're playing a ranked team. You can't ask for a better performance.
Make a quick correction. 3 timeouts left for the Scarlet Hawks. 79-75, 22 seconds to go. Double bonus in effect here in favor of the Scarlet Hawks. Scarlet Hawks have 16 fouls total. Samuel Rarick and Malik Howes have over 20 points each.
Watch out on this inbound pass, too. They're going to be swarming.
And we are confirming everything at the scorer's table. And now it looks like we're ready to go. Howes will inbound. Shot clock turned off. It goes into Rarick. The trap defense being set, and a travel has been called on Sam Rarick. I think they were trying to call for a timeout, but instead, it's a travel on Sam Rarick. That is not a time you want to have a travel, so it worked out for the Vikings. 17 to go. Henry going to drive in, and he will off the glass, no good. Hizataki the rebound, and he's fouled. So a big sigh of relief now can be breathed by the Scarlet Hawks. No. 79-75 remains still with 11 seconds.
The feeling when that traveling call was made was incredible. It was like, it was just a
you kind of just silence. You felt everything being sucked out of the Keating Sports Center.
I know, the only thing that could come out of my mouth was,
Hizataki, 4-4 from the line today. And that one off the back iron, no good. He does have one more upcoming to try to make this a 5-point lead with 11 seconds to take down the number 9 team in the North Park University Vikings, who came into today 7-1 on the road, 13-3 overall.
Let's make it 7-2.
Hizataki's second shot is good, 80-75. If you're North Park, you got to run down quickly and try to put up a 3. Henry, with under 10 seconds now, puts up the shot, it's good, and an immediate timeout called by North Park. It's now back to a one-possession game, 80-77 our score.
It was exactly the type of possession that North Park needed. You needed to get the ball to your shooter quick, and Henry was that guy. Fadeaway 2. One-possession game again, like you just said.
And it's really not officially over yet, because we saw what happened after that inbound from a moment ago, where it looked like Rarick and the Scarlet Hawks wanted to call a timeout, but Rarick got called for a travel instead, and it gave the Vikings possession back, despite the fact they didn't make that shot following.
No, we talked.
Now, if the Vikings cause a turnover and they tie it, and they have the opportunity for a game-tying 3.
That's exactly right, and the officials really have not been messing around at all. They've called everything. We've talked about it. 3 seconds, traveling, multiple 3-second calls, lane violations. This is a strong officiating crew, and they've done a great job. But if you're North Park, you're going to be calling that timeout. You're going to want to get the ball up quick. You got 6.9 seconds to go, but you need 3. You got to get 3 one way or the other.
So after the Viking timeout, they have no timeouts remaining. Scarlet Hawks still have 3. Double bonus for the Scarlet Hawks. As basically at this point, just get it in and try to make free throws with 7 seconds remaining. Malik Howes will inbound. And they need some help here as Parker Jonkis gets it in, and he'll give it right back to Malik Howes as we have a free throw opportunity here from Malik Howes. 5 seconds on the clock. So now if you really make one, that will pretty much do it.
Yep. This is big for Malik.
Malik today has 21 points on 5 of 12 shooting. He's perfect from the line today.
As are most of our Hawks players.
First one, no good. Not out of the woods yet as Cobbs comes back in. All the Scarlet Hawks are down the other way, as you can see on your screen. Howes for one more. It's good. And he breathes a huge sigh of relief with 5 seconds to go. Inbound to Henry, 4 seconds. Henry's just got to put up a quick shot to Robinson, and he's short on it. And the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks take down number 9, the North Park University Vikings. Final score, 81-77.
And the Hawks go crazy at center court. They absolutely deserve it. What a win for these guys here at Illinois Tech. You got one of the best teams in your division, Division III, coming in, and nobody thinks you got it, but obviously Coach Kelly thought they did. Obviously they thought they did, and they played the best game I've seen them play all year. I don't know about you, Ryan.
Yeah, I think hands down best performance so far from the Scarlet Hawks this season. They've had a lot of battles, and they said this is the matchup they wanted to stack up against. As North Park being one of the best teams in Division III, they wanted to see how they could stack up against a team like the Vikings. Well, I think we know how they stacked up against them today.
Well, very well. I mean,
and you can see the fans now storming the court.
Oh boy.
And the thing is, it doesn't really feel like a major upset though, because we know what the Scarlet Hawks were coming into today.
Right, I mean, we were talking about before. They put up 87 points against Aurora University the other night. So, 81, not really a big deal for them. But against this team, how well they've played and how well they've played on the road. They're now only, North Park's now only 7-2 on road play after this loss here at IIT. So, but what a game. I mean, we literally talked about how this game had everything. Fan ejections, offensive fouls, a little bit of a fracas earlier, a little bit of everything.
Let's read the stat line one more time before we wrap things up here. Leading the way for the Vikings, Jawan Henry in scoring 21 on 8 of 21 shooting. He also had 9 rebounds and 5 assists. Jordan Robinson had a double-double. He's the only player today that had a double-double. 17 points, 13 rebounds, along with those 4 fouls, and one of them came at a bad time late in the game. Colin Lake had 14 points, but he was kind of nowhere to be found in the second half. 14 points on 4 of 10 from behind the three-point mark, and 5 of 14 shooting overall. TJ Cobbs, 13 points, 4 rebounds on 5 of 9 shooting. Billy Kirby, who came on late, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And leading the way for the Scarlet Hawks and in the game in general, Sam Rarick, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 9 of 15 shooting, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Malik Howes had the big free throw at the end to make it 81-77. He had 22 points, 5 of 12 shooting, 3 of 6 from behind the three-point line, 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Pretty efficient day from the line regardless, though.
Right, and I just want to touch on the performance by Rarick. It was key. If you want to win in this league, you need rebounds. They got offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. Thank you. Actually, just picking up on the stat line here, looking at Samuel Rarick, 23 points, 3 blocks, 3 blocks for 3 blocks for Rarick, and just a great all-around game for him. And you need He was a defensive stopper and an offensive powerhouse. And when you can get a guy who you don't expect to have a great game, that's what you need when you're going up against a team that seems like an insurmountable opponent in North Park.
And we'll finish off the stat line here really quick. Mosley Jr., 12 points. Not the best shooting day for him, 5 of 15. But he was big, especially defensively later in the game. He had 12 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Max Izataki also knocked in some big free throws late in the game. He had 9 points, 12 rebounds. Jake DiGiorgio with 6 points and 9 points as well on 3 of 8 shooting. Our next broadcast of IIT men's basketball will be on February 4th when Dubuque comes to town for a 4 p.m. tip. The next game coming up, though, for the Scarlet Hawks on the road will be at Moody Bible next Tuesday for a 7 p.m. tip-off for them. And now back to the North Park University Vikings, who came into today 13-3 overall, 7-1 on the road. Well, we can add another L in that column for them, as their next game will be back at home this Wednesday on the 25th when they host Illinois Wesleyan University. Andy, your final thoughts before we sign off here today?
It was a pleasure to be here to witness. This was a great game. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better game on a beautiful afternoon here in the Windy City. You have the number 9 team coming into the Keating Center, an opportunity that is rare in Division III basketball, and they showed up. They're well coached. Coach Kelly coached fantastically in this game, and everyone played well, and everyone picked each other up. Even when Mosley wasn't scoring a lot, Howes was picking him up. When they needed it, their best players and some of their not their best players really put on a great performance, and that's why you play this game. It's games like this. It's why you play. Again, this broadcast today on IllinoisTechAthletics.com, also on Facebook Live, the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network, and this broadcast brought to you by the Illinois Media School, where media careers begin. If you're interested in a career in media, go to beonair.com or dial 630-916-1700. I want to thank our terrific crew today. We've got John Sundo, who is also on great camera work, along with Rosa Manrique. For our director, Chris Hamilton. For my color commentator, Andy Baker, I'm Ryan Fay, signing off. You've been watching Illinois Tech Athletics on Facebook Live and on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you next time.